How we doing, my friends? We're Florida History Hunter, and today we're at DeLeon Springs State Park, and we're walking the nature trail. Last time I was up here, I didn't come through the front gate, as it has it like car's expired. Look at that live oak right there. After they took a lightning strike. There's a lot of very large trees back on this part of the park. Like this live oak right here. It's a good size, so that thing's over almost 6 feet across, 5.5 feet across, and there's a all spotted through the swamp on the side. Other larger trees. And so there's actually a very, very large tree down here. We're gonna take a break and take a look at this. People are buying boards or have purchased boards to rebuild the boardwalk out to this very large cypress tree. And there are some good-sized cypress that line this boardwalk, like this one right here. It's a good size. Now we're going to get out here and we're going to see a big mammy jammy right there. Kind of interesting is there's actually a footbridge right here. I see the concrete that led across to that side. So that tree, they're saying it's 500 years old, oh, more than 500 years old. This was a good size. Whatever was here was wide. That's more than a footbridge. That's like a road. Look, next to that one's a water pipe. And why would you have a water pipe out here? guess there was a house out here at one time. Very large cypress. May it see a few hundred years more. So I think this is the size of this sucker right here. So I think that's the waterway that that leads up to where Strawn's at. The Strawn citrus packing plant. I had to retreat back to my standard lens. I did some really heavy damage to my my Max lens. It's a squirrel. Hey, squirrel. And a swamp. And another waterway. Another creek. It's a good sized pine tree right there. Thing's like 4 feet across. Easily. Makes a pine tree like that. Oh, 150 years old, maybe more. Jeez, Mr. Squirrel. We're up here somewhere on DeLeon Springs. Here's one of the incoming creeks right there. Right there's one of the feeder creeks. And that's coming out of an artesian spring on the other side of the highway, back in the woods. Starting to see some monster towering pine trees. Beware of the Florida black bear. The bare facts are that this is their territory, and don't forget it. Okay, so here's the trailhead. This is what I want. 4.2 mile loop. 4.2 mile loop. .1 out, 2.1 in, and a couple of 2 points on the zigzag. 'So the day I did that quick jumped over the fence and got that $80 citation. I trimmed about 2 miles off of this trip. And they're saying it's a loop. Look, there's a fence post right there. And a fence. Fence is actually running up that way. Right there. Right across the trail right there. There's a fence going that way. Going up to the highway. Look how there's some concrete left laying here. Like they were trying to fill this from erosion. Must be a good amount of water that comes up through here. But this is kind of a weird vibe coming through here because it doesn't seem very native. I see magnolia, sable palm, pine trees are native. Seems like the most numerous tree is the magnolia, which are all non-native. I see fern. live oak out there. Another one right there. Walking on the roots of fallen trees. You have to wonder if they're still holding life down in those roots. Possibly nurturing other trees. Still giving off that vibe. This looks like fresh trail. It's worn down as this segment we just came off. Oh, look at this huge tree. Gonna topple. Look at that baby. I always like to get up underneath it here, because it's always a journey back into time. How you doing?
Hi, good.
Very shallow root system on these. That's why they come down the way they do. And the root system's only about 4 feet. Came down hard, split it right there, split it. So we're looking at about 150 years ago that There's a game trail there. Normally I'd be running those game trails. But today we're all about showing you some of the other amenities at DeLeon Springs State Park, other than just pancakes and jumping in the spring. You know, it's a fact that this area was inhabited for a long time, no less than 1,000 years of inhabitation or habitation. The indigenous peoples were drawn to that spring, and they were peoples of the water. They traveled all the waterways, established their communities along all the waterways. In case you're just joining us, this is your Florida History Hunter. Excuse me. Some kind of allergen in the air. Come up to a little wet area. I hear frogs. Rubber standing waters close by. It's sad that there's very little wildlife out here. Yeah, there might be some bear and deer and boar, fox, maybe some cats out here, but not near what it would have been over 150 years ago, when this whole area really took a hit. The indigenous peoples that were living out here for a millennium plus got displaced out. Alright, so I think I've arrived at the spot. where I walked from the road right there to here and then back again and got my citation. Look how much time that took to get to here. Like forever. Some signage coming up. Now they're talking about the benefits of prescribed burning. There's also a bit of a oak hammock right here. The size of that vine. Mighty one. Like wood now. See, I'm seeing trail markers back in there. I saw one post. Let's see, I picked the bench coming up. There's wild berries. These are blackberry right there. All over the place. All through there's blackberries. But they're all scattered all out through there. So anybody with a keen eye they don't want you hiking that way. I imagine you can. They're just saying that that's the exit. So I'm going to hike this way. Right there was some kind of building. It's just like a front step. Like there was a house right there. An unusual sweet smell in the air today. Hard to tell what's actually in bloom. There's a beautiful oak hammock that runs out in that tree line right there. There's just oak tree after oak tree out here. It's a Gatorade glass bottle, 1980s. So this back to the path, this back to the path. So we're going and carefully going down, 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 and then up, up, up. There was another. This piece right there. It went from what? From there all the way. Look at that big tree there. Big live oak. And back to our ferns and our back. You guys can see that there's a tiny spider up in there, right up in there. There he goes. Okay, so you're just joining us, Florida History Hunter, and we're heading into the oak hammock. Somewhere over here we're going to cross over that little creek we were hiking. Because there's waterways all over the place. Okay, here comes our first creek crossover right here. Right there. It looks like they've tamed it, and then those are spread out into there. Kind of a sloppy swamp area. Another waterway on my left. Here's another one. It's almost dry. There's another one right there. This whole area is spotted with little creeks. Small oak hammock right here, running like that. Not much more left on that sucker. It's going to be toppling. Okay, look at that. Let's go take a look at this pine tree right here. You don't get them this big that often. So that sucker That sucker is it's about 40 inches. About 40 inches across. So, you know, we're talking like at least 125. Looks like I saw some storm damage at one point because it's split. See, it's got a split in it. It twinned. More live oaks. There. And they go that way. Go down there.